Our planet Earth has more events occurring on it than we imagine. These events involve the living organisms, inanimate structures, things which we can see, and those which we can't. Events that amaze us and those which we terrify us, the very formation of our Earth was another massive event. These events bring with a large number of questions that arise us out of curiosity to explain or understand the world we live in, the world around us. If you ever wonder what's going on, how these events takes place or why is it so, well then you are not alone. These questions run in the minds of billions of people every second, every day. The answer to all these questions is simple and lies in one word: science. Now, your very next question is, what exactly is science? Let us understand science is an answer. It is the knowledge we get when we ask questions. So, if this is you, why do you all your belongings or anything you throw up in the air fall to the ground? The answer or the science behind it is no big deal, it is gravity. You see, the earth has an attraction to all the objects known as gravity, and this invisible attraction what keeps us on the earth and not float away in the air. The funny thing is that gravity was always there since the beginning, but it was only understood and explained until not very long ago by a very inquisitive person who asked a lot of questions. He was very convinced that an apple doesn't fall far from the tree, that's because it fell on his head. That person was Sir Isaac Newton. So gravity existed even before the apple fell on the Newton's head, but it was understood and explained only when the Newton decided to ask what, how, and why. So you see, science involves you. Well, not just you, me, everything around us. But we only understand it when we follow our curiosity and ask questions a lot of questions and try to answer to them. Many a times, one question can have more than, so there is more than one theory to explain the science behind each event. It's lot like a maze. At the center is the event occurring and the questions related to it, and the various paths to the center are the answers to it. Based on our understanding of all our events in the universe, we can easily classify three main branches: physics, chemistry, and biology. Let us look what these branches are and how they work in making of something as simple as lime juice when you are thirsty. Now let us look this animation slowly. Branches come into the play. This is where physics get into the character. Physics is concerned with a lot of force in which you hold the spoon and the motion involved while stirring the juice fast or slow. While this is the branch of science that deals with the all type of matter and beyond the universe, their nature, their properties, and all the causes and effects of manipulating them. Then comes the part where all the ingredients started getting mixed to give us the lime juice. This is called chemistry. It deals with the reaction between two or more types of matter to form a new type of matter. For example, when hydrogen gas and oxygen are mixed together in an appropriate ratio, well, H2O is called water. Interesting, isn't it? And finally, there's biology. Biology is concerned with how your body can extract the benefit from the juice. Biology is concerned with how your body It is concerned with all the living matter in the universe, like plants, animals, and microorganisms. The life processes and their relationship not only with one another but also with the environment in which they exist. If you have observant, you would have realized all these branches, though differently listed, work together in making lime juice. The togetherness of these branches is not only in the case of simply preparing a lime juice, but also in the case of every event that we see performed or experience in our lives. Yes, they are like friends who work in harmony. Now, whether it's physics, chemistry, or biology, let us have a look at the two main categories of science, one based on asking questions about origin or what, how, and why happened. This term as basic science, where find crazy scientists, experiments, laboratories, movies, only things they are not crazy. Basic science always follows a cycle. Let us see what basic science is using the same example of lime juice. The first step in the cycle involves asking questions about the origin of lime juice. For example, what are the ingredients used to make the lime juice? What can be used to dissolve the lime juice, and how much of those ingredients can be used? Could the lime juice do well to the body if consumed? The next step involves making an assumption or a hypothesis about the origin of lime juice. For example, we could use the lime juice of lemons to make the lime juice. The lime juice may taste a lot of better if we use sugar and salt. It could be half a glass of water could be sufficient to dissolve all the ingredients. After we have made assumptions, they need to be verified by experimenting. We must try making the lemon juice based on our assumptions and test to see what is assumed predicted is true or rather false. After performing the experiment successfully, a conclusion is made where verified facts are established. In the case, one can say that lime juice is made up of only juice extracted from lemon. It does indeed taste good with sugar and salt, that half a glass of water is sufficient to dissolve all the ingredients, that drinking the lime juice does good to your body. Basic science always follows this cycle. Fun fact, undergone this cycle, let us move the category of science that involves determining the various utilities. On now, prepared the lime juice. The answer might be making fruit juice, concentrates, marinating fish before frying, reducing blemishes on skin. The category of science is called the applied science, that simply looks like various uses of what is already established. Simply, but basic science is concerned with the knowing something, and applied science is using you what know. Applied science depend on basic science and vice versa. Well, so far we have seen the science can be all fun and games. It's all about the time we think the most important questions of all the science always this good, or does it have a not so good side to it? To understand us, let us look into some more examples. Let us the nuclear energy instance, it could be used to make nuclear power, which can act as substitute of electricity and which can be cheaper, or it can be made can nuclear bombs which can have devastating effects. Technology, pollution, the cell phone, yes, it is true, the advent of portable phone is called the cell phone has made our life much more easier by allowing people over long distances to communicate more effectively and faster. But do the benefits really outweigh the risks that cell phones are likely to cause to our body, like high probability of brain tumors? To it is the questions here about science being not good or bad. Now we know the science is knowledge, and the knowledge is never bad per se. The real question we must ask ourselves before utilize square science is something good or that will cause harm. Science has power to both destroy and heal. It only depends how you view it and, more importantly, how you use it. We do have a choice. If science is pursued with a generous, compassionate heart, it can change our world in more ways than one. The true potential of science is beyond our imagination. Then we can always start by letting the science in us ask three fundamental questions: what, how, and why. Do like this session and post your comments. Thank you.